This video is for the empath entrepreneurs, the purpose-driven, big-hearted souls who want to make a difference in the world. And you may be feeling a bit burnt out, exhausted, or afraid of burning out. Grab some tea. I want to talk to you honestly about something I've never shared. Hopefully it helps you to not make the same mistakes I made so that you can flourish and do the meaningful work you're here to do and make an exquisite life and business for yourself that truly helps others. At the end of 2020, I went to a functional medical doctor and I got all my blood work done as a checkup. The doctor looked at me and he was like, "You are perfect, you're in perfect health." And I went home, went about my business, and a few days later I got a call from him and he was singing a totally different tune. He had found something in my blood work. He started saying a word I had never heard before, and I just remember pressing the phone to my ear, hearing the words incurable illness, and writing down, trying to understand and make sense of what was happening. My heart was beating so hard. I was stunned. In the call, he had said to me that this particular diagnosis is typically the result of chronic stress. I didn't understand. I teach self-care. I live self-care. I did the yoga, the green juices, the morning meditations, evening walks with my beloved. I was like, it can't be me. Like, I'm the picture of health. I'm the picture of self-care. And then I realized he was right. I was living under chronic stress. I just had never admitted it to myself because it was just so normalized in culture that I just thought it was normal. But as I sat there, I thought of pressure I put on myself to be perfect, the pressure I put on myself to do everything with such excellence, running a team of people for our coach training program, all of the client sessions, and then building out the curriculum and all the business side and the promotion. There was so much going on, and I'd work endless hours glued to a computer screen. And I remember so many times I would sit next to Jason for a class we were about to teach, and I'd literally, right before hitting broadcast, I'd look at him and I'd show him my hands and they'd be like that. I'd be shaking that hard. He just would look at me with compassion. I just thought that was normal because no one ever called me out on it. It was just like, I guess this is what it means to be an entrepreneur. I guess this is what it means to go for your dreams and succeed. In that moment when I got the health diagnosis, I made a massive shift in my life. I cut out 75% of my work. I only served the clients who were paying me, and I cut back completely, almost completely, on making videos, on making content, on creating all this stuff, on taking enrollment calls. I upped my coaching fee by a lot. It became all about my health. One of my highest values is health. You know your values because they're the things you invest in. And if those things get threatened, you will do anything to get it back. And that's how I felt about my health. The first person I called was my mentor. I remember telling him about the diagnosis. As I was telling him, I just started crying so hard. And you know those cries that come from deep in your gut? It's like, it's not like a crying. It's like a, and like all this built up energy started coming out of my soul, my solar plexus, my belly, my gut, my lungs. As the tears were coming up with such intensity and I could barely breathe, I said to him, I want my life back. I want my life back. And I kept saying it over and over again. I consciously had no idea that I wasn't living a life that I wanted. This came from such a deep moment. He helped me see that there was a deeper me, a deeper Veronica, and there's a reason I'm sharing this with you, who wasn't getting to live a life. And she needed to live a life. She was tired of being buried and she needed to live a life, and the health diagnosis was the wake-up call that got me to hear myself so that I can make the changes in my life I needed to make to really live. In that discovery with him, he's like, you need to discover who is deep Veronica. Who is deep Veronica? What does she want? What does she like? What does she need? What's working for her? What isn't? I was trying to answer from my head. He's like, it's not to be answered in this session, darling. It is to be questioned. Keep sitting with the question. It takes time. You need to hear yourself, make space to hear yourself, go deep inside of yourself, discover, uncover, recover yourself. And so that is the journey I went on, and I sat with mentors, I sat with healers, I started writing a memoir, I started creating content and writing things that I wasn't sharing with anyone. They were for my eyes only, but I was becoming visible to myself, discovering what my soul was saying, and no longer willing to whisper, because I wasn't hearing it as a whisper before, so it needed to like belt it out. In that sacred discovery process, I began to discover what life I wanted. I didn't want to be sitting. I wanted to be swimming. I didn't want to be staring at a screen. I wanted to be kissing the sun. I didn't want to be working endlessly. I wanted to have white space to meander and hear my own voice and discover what it is that I wanted to actually share with the world. The coach training program, to be completely honest, became a huge burden. It was so much work. Although it was a 6-figure program and the impact was extraordinary, I mean, incredible coaches were birthed out of that program, it was too much pressure and it was too much for me. So I closed the coach training program. I chose myself. And I didn't realize all that time I had been choosing everybody else. I not only was doing excellent work, but I had to look perfect doing it. I had to make sure everyone was pleased. I was in such pressure that it finally took me down. Thank God for that health diagnosis. Oh, thank you. You don't need a health diagnosis to choose yourself, which is why I'm making this video. Around that time in 2021, my cat died. My cat was my best friend in the world, okay? She was just on my desk all the time as I was working. She was with me for 15 years, practically glued to me since I work from home. And when she died, it was a level of grief that started to pull even more up and out of my soul. Every single day for 90 days, I went outside to her grave in my backyard. And I sat with her and I prayed and I connected and I started to actually get the sunshine in the morning that I wanted and sit on the land. That ritual of honoring her and listening and being in meditation and doing this chakra meditation I would do birthed one of the most beautiful programs, powerful bodies of work I've ever created, called Confident Course Creation School. It's actually what I'm going to be doing here with clients, is helping them create their soul signature courses. We're just going to do it in a gorgeous place. In that process of grieving, of listening, of being connected on the land and making space to hear myself and my soul, I also started to download this incredible content. My work began to shapeshift into something that brought me a lot of joy and was not a burden. It was actually energizing to me and so alive and so rich. My whole life changed from that period of time of becoming visible to myself and making the space to listen and having my mentor very closely working with me and starting to unpack my authentic voice. My authentic voice, not to please anyone, not to fit a certain mold that I thought people would find palatable. My work, the thing that my soul was called to do. Now, my life is this. My life is not for everyone, but you have a life, a version of your life that is 100% you. It's for you. And the work you're here to do, it's in your soul, but it's oftentimes buried under what we think we're supposed to do. That's at least what happened for me. The reason I'm making this video for you is because what I've come to discover in reverse engineering, because people keep asking me, how did you do it? How did you move to Portugal? How did you free up so much of your time? And by the way, freeing up your time doesn't mean I'm now available to everyone. No, like I keep white space in my life because I choose me. When people come to me and they want things from me and it doesn't feel good to me and it's not what I want to do, I say no. Something I never could have done in the past. And there's a level of sovereignty that we light bringers are being called to embody at this time, not only to help others from an original, authentic, sustainable, sovereign place, but also so that we can enjoy our lives and let our lives be the teaching. Let our lives be the inspiration for others. Let the way that we live be evidence, proof, possibility for other people. I created a life that I every single day go, I cannot believe this is my home, and this is my life, and this is my country, and this is my reality, and this is the work I get to do, and this is how I get to do it, and these are the people I get to work with, and these are the terms I get to live. It's like I created new rules for my new life that totally support me and therefore support my clients. If you want to live in authentic leadership, you truly want to make a difference in people's lives, not from a place of what you think you're supposed to do or what others expect you to do. It really requires choosing yourself, and that's a deep process. That's not like, hey, join a 6-week program and you'll choose yourself and your whole life will change. That's not how it works. I'm 4 years later now since the health diagnosis, almost 5. It took me 2-3 years to make the changes I needed to make. I made beautiful changes in my life, some big, some small, and it took me time to gradually find myself, choose myself. You might, like me, be somebody who is so deeply called to make a beautiful difference in people's lives, but you're tired of the pressure, the paradigm of pressure you're living under. You're tired of shrinking yourself or pretending you're smaller than you are or dimming your light because you don't want others to be uncomfortable, or you're tired of people pleasing and playing perfect, and you just want to be you. You just want to be you, yourself, and share as yourself and let other people have their opinions and feel the freedom of being you and letting them be themselves. The paradigm of pressure that you may be living under right now is not normal, and it's also not healthy, and it's certainly not necessary. My income stayed the same when I pulled back my amount of hours working by 75%. I was trying to prove my worth by hustling. The truth is, though, hustle, grind will never amount to a sense of self-worth, because subconsciously you're saying to yourself, I'm not worth very much. I'm not a queen, I'm a slave. It's an energetic that is really painful to the nervous system and so out of integrity with who you are that it will bite back. The way to get your life back, to live fully again, is number one, to have the courage to be aware that your life right now is too much pressure, and you have the right to get honest about that and realize there is another way to live. Number 2 is to choose yourself. Once you realize, wait a minute, this isn't working. I want more space. I want more free time. I want more self-care. I want to shine brighter. I want to be more empowered. I want to be more authentic in the way I show up in my leadership, is to choose yourself. And that is a journey. That's another video for another time. The third is to then, from this place of choosing yourself, is to make the space to hear yourself. So that from this space of hearing yourself, now your body of work, what you are here to share, your authentic message, can come through in such a powerful way, and you're able to deliver that message from a place of authenticity rather than codependency. Or I need you to like me or approve of me or find me palatable or acceptable. No, that's dead in the water. Like, that's gone. That's like the past. Now it is living from a place of, I am a lighthouse. This is me. This is all of me. This is my life. I love who I am. I love my life. And whatever you think about that is up to you. And that's great for you. What will happen is your people will be able to find you because you're emitting a frequency and you're sharing an energy and a clarity of messaging that can reach people, because it's like, whoa, that's me. How did she know? I have this great life. I'm a powerful leader. I have all this going on, but deep down, I'm sad and I'm tired. Deep down, I'm exhausted. Deep down, I'm pretending and I know it. I don't want to pretend anymore. Deep down, I want to be free. How do I get free? I don't even know what the prison I'm in is. When you find that truth inside of you, it's going to help somebody else, and it's going to make you and your message and your leadership magnetic. And we need more empathic leaders showing an example of health and vitality and truth that makes a whole new world possible. A whole new world. A whole new world. I realize that this story needs to be told and shared. Imagine a whole group of us empaths around the world choosing to stand as lighthouses and be empowered in who we truly are, and be bright and visible and shine the light that we are here to shine, clear our visibility blocks. That is a huge part of it. Have the courage to shine when others are triggered by your light, or you feel so much and you don't want other people to get triggered by you, so you tend to dim or you try to match their energy. I'm here to help you stop that and shift out of that, because the real impact you're here to make is not possible when you're running that kind of dynamic or visibility block. If you want to clear your visibility blocks and shine as the lighthouse you were born to be and make the difference you're here to make, and create a prosperous life that you absolutely love. This life may not be right for you, but whatever your version of life is, that is waiting for you. But you've got to choose yourself in order to choose it.